Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Sorry for the crazy light, but I do live in the sunshine state. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about my top 3 favorite layering combos for summer weather. Some of these share the same fragrances, and I think that that's a testament to how awesome these fragrances are. But these are the combinations I've been reaching for and loving the past few weeks when we've really been getting into summer in Florida. The biggest difference in summer in Florida isn't so much the heat, because it's still as hot, it's the change in humidity and the environment. It can feel like today, like where I was, because I was out shooting promotional photography for my jewelry line, like literally it was 92 degrees, but it felt like 110. Like it was bad. I mean, I'm telling you, it's so hot here. So you want a fragrance that's going to last, that's going to stay smelling fresh, or you're going to smell fresh even through all of that gook and muckiness and grossness. So these are the ones I've been wearing and loving, and one of them I'm actually wore today, so I'll tell you guys how that performed in that environment. So if you'd like to know the summer fragrance layering recommendations I have, then keep watching. The first one I'm going to talk about really briefly, because I could get into this way more than the others, but I kind of wanted to mention something. In heat, I love white florals. It's one of my favorite things, and I'm going to do a whole summer picks video where I talk about my white floral fragrances. But sometimes with white florals, they can get too sweet. There's nothing wrong with it. I love honey like white floral fragrances. I think they're just amazing. But sometimes in the heat, if things are too sweet, it almost like feels sticky, and just even though you're not sticky, it just doesn't fit the environment. I like very crisp things, less on the sweet gourmand side, more on the citrus bright, almost astringent biting side. It's why I prefer grapefruit notes or lime notes or mint notes than like bergamot or lemon or orange, because it can get a little bit too juicy and sometimes it's a little bit creamy. But I love jasmine. It's one of my favorite just notes in general. I tell you guys, I grew up outside my bedroom door or my window. There was night blooming jasmine, and every night I'd go to sleep with the smell. I love it. So I was trying to find a really good combination for the summertime that was jasmine but wasn't too heavy or sweet. And actually I think I found the perfect combination. And it's Jo Malone Wild Bluebell and Raw Spirit Fragrances Summer Rain. Now, this obviously, the jasmine isn't too pronounced, but you do have the beautiful just floral notes in this with the white amber and the musk. But I wanted a little bit more jasmine but didn't want it sweet, and I tried layering this with Tom Ford Jasmine Rouge, and that was actually really nice, but it was a little bit too sweet. But then I tried layering it from this fragrance I got from Raw Spirit Fragrances Summer Rain, and it was perfect. Because this is a unisex fragrance and the jasmine in here just kind of cuts through the vetiver and the cedarwood, it actually doesn't make it crazy sweet. But paired with this, the jasmine is a lot more pronounced. But you still got the vetiver and the cedarwood and the musk and the amber from this mixed with the floral notes. And lilies in there too. So this really was a perfect combination for summer weather if I wanted to wear a jasmine fragrance that wasn't crazy sweet. Now the jasmine in here isn't like a jasmine fragrance, you kind of have to look for it. But since I look for it and I find it, I can always find it when I wear this fragrance, and I love it. It's a very sheer fragrance that sits on the skin very lightly, but it does have wonderful longevity and projection as well. So this has been a go-to fragrance when I'm going to be out and about and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to park any place close, and I might be running inside to do shopping or run errands. I might be running across a very hot parking lot, sweating, perspiring, whatever, and this just sticks to your skin, lasts, but it's not heavy and thick, but you get the beautiful white florals and you get the amazing vetiver and musk and woody notes into it, and it's just been fantastic. So I do love these two together a lot. Next up is mint. I love mint. My husband loves mint. It's like his favorite flavor next to ginger and anything without chocolate in it, because he can't eat chocolate. And it's Aqua Allegoria Guerlain, Herba Fresca mixed with Aqua Celestia. Now you guys know I love this one. Longevity was an issue for me, and it still is. I don't mind spraying this more. I'll get over the longevity. The fragrance of this is perfect. There we go. The mimosa, almost like the fresh, crisp mint leaves with the green and the lime in here is just amazing. I don't get much of the black currant on my skin, but that's fine. I don't really want that out of this. Now this is another mint dream. And some people say that Guerlain, Aqua, Allegoria fragrances don't have good longevity or projection. I actually think on my skin I get a lot better longevity with this than I do this. So when I've been wearing this and I want to prolong it longer, I've actually been adding a spritz of this. So I go like 1 to 1. So if I'm gonna spritz, say like 6 spritz, I'll do 3 of this and 3 of this. This is such a beautiful mix with this. It doesn't at all ruin the integrity of just the crisp, clear fragrance that is Aqua Celestia. To me, this is just very fresh. It's very minty, but not in like a gimmicky, like peppermint oil way. Again, when I describe the mint, it's like you picked a mint leaf off a plant and kind of rubbed it between your fingers. You got the greenness of the foliage and the freshness of the mint. And these two just have been working together beautifully. So if you guys really like mint and you want to try a really nice mint layering combination for summer that's very fresh and refreshing, very unisex, not sweet whatsoever, which is really nice, definitely try these two together. They have been amazing. Last and certainly not least is the combination I'm wearing today. And we're gonna go back to Herba Fresca from Aqua Allegoria. This is such an amazing fragrance. And one of the newer ones to my collection, Limon Verde from Guerlain, Aqua Allegoria. Now, these two, kind of like Aqua Celestia, were made for each other. This is slightly sweeter, just a touch, just a little bit more citrusy and sweet than Aqua Celestia. And this to me is just another fresh, herbal, herby, citrus, not so much citrus, mostly mint, not boozy, but kind of, because I used to be a bartender. I was a bartender for like 5 years, so I used to muddle the sugar and the limes and the mint and sometimes the basil together to create beverages. So this kind of reminds me of the muddling experience, which is really, really nice. But you want it to be a little bit sweeter sometimes. Sometimes I want it to be a little bit sweeter and a little bit brighter, because to me bright and crisp are two different things, and as much as I love brightness, I feel like crispness is more important to me when it comes into fragrances in the summertime. But sometimes I want bright and crisp without being creamy or too sweet. Again, citrus notes can get creamy. If you think about bergamot, when I think about bergamot and creamy bergamot, I'm thinking about a cup of Earl Grey tea with cream in it. You get that citrus, you get the tea notes, but you get the cream, and it just gets a little bit too creamy and too sweet and too heavy. I want a brightness to it and a crispness, and these two are perfect together. Absolutely amazing. Play off each other beautifully, work well like they were made for each other. Again, kind of like the Raw Spirit fragrance and the Jo Malone. If you're really sweaty, but you want to still smell fresh, like you're not sweating through your clothes, that's a great combination. I tested it out today. As you guys know, I have a few different businesses. I work from home. One of the businesses is I'm a jewelry designer. I design gold jewelry, diamond jewelry, mostly pearl jewelry. And so my husband and I wanted to do some test promo shots with some of our pearl jewelry. So we took it to the Murakami Museum by where I live, which is an outdoor garden Japanese museum. And we were out there for 3 hours in the heat with mosquitoes this big. We were like we could hit them with baseball bats, like taking photos, like sweating, like just sweating through everything. And then afterwards, after about 3 hours in the heat and the sweat, generally at that point my fragrances were sort of worn off, we went to the mall. I decided to see if they had any more of the eau de toilette versions of the Chanel fragrances. Fortunately, the only ones they had I own, so I just was like leaving, and one of the fragrance ladies stopped me and she's like, "What are you wearing? You walked by originally and I loved it." and I'm just wondering what you're wearing. And I'm like, perfume? Because I was wearing all my pearls. She's like, yeah, your fragrance smells amazing. And I was like, I told her the mix, and she's like, well, thank you. And she wrote it down, and I left, and I'm like, I rarely ever get stopped for fragrances at a fragrance counter because there's so many competing fragrances. And she was like commenting, because we talked about it for a minute, because I was also asking her about the Laura Mercier. They had like a pistachio fragrance, which was amazing. And, you know, she was standing right next to it. I was kind of like, do you have that? Because I'm looking for that. And she's like, no, that's been gone forever. But she was like commenting on my perfume. And it was like she was commenting on the freshness, commenting about how nice and bright it smelled. Like, she was commenting on all the things that I like this combination for. But the thing is I had spent 3.5 hours sweating, and then I was in air conditioning, and my fragrance was still strong enough for her to be able to pick it out when I was walking by. So that just in general was just amazing. But on top of it, like, it just lasted through the heat, and that's what I want from combinations as well, because layering can help the longevity of your fragrance. So this helped with the longevity of my fragrance. It lasted through the heat. It just worked beautifully, and overall I've loved it. So they're made for each other. This video is long, so I'm gonna stop now. But those are definitely my recommendations, and you can even mix all of them together. You could do the Aqua Celestia and the Wild Bluebell, you could do the Summer Rain and the Lemon Verde. I mean, you could really, you could really just mix and match. These are all generally really good to kind of intermix with each other, but generally those 3 combinations have been the ones I've just been really reaching for and loving. Anyway, those are my layering recommendations. I'd love to know if you guys have any recommendations when it comes down to layering fragrances, specifically for summertime, or anything just as bright and crisp and perfect for heat and humidity. Let me know in the comments section below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like videos like this, remember to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing videos like this. As you can see, I have a little swatch on my hand. Just ignore it. And don't forget to subscribe, because it's free, and I'm free, and I put out new videos every Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends as well. So always have something for you to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy, and have a great day, month, year, whatever, and I will see you next time.